Hey, this is Linz, and you are watching Support the Scene. Hey, I'm Linz from Support the Scene, and we have Matthew from House of Haunt.
Hello.
Hello. Matthew, tell me about your band.
Okay, so the House of Haunt is a psychobilly band based in the GTA.
Mm-hmm.
We have a member from Uxbridge, Ontario, from Georgetown, Ontario, I'm from Burlington, Ontario, and from someone from Hamilton and someone from London. So, and if you look these places up, they're not all that near each other. I think, traveling from Uxbridge to London is like a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
But when you work with people that you like and you work well together, it's worth the drive.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're based in the GTA. We've been playing for about 10 years. We put a lot of emphasis on stage performance, and we have two and sometimes three people that are working solely just as stage performers. So they do little skits and little acts during the songs and in between them. Like one of our stage hands, Anastasia, she'll get out of a straitjacket. Before COVID, we did a lot more. We ripped people's arms off. We pulled out their intestines. We crucified them. We put them into electric chairs.
Wow.
All kinds of crazy crap. It's a little tamer now with the restrictions for COVID, but we still like to do a lot.
Yeah, quite a bit still gruesome. That's awesome. I got lots of people who, they love live shows, but you just get that person that just stands there with the mic and just doesn't do anything. There's no expression. So that's super important that you guys include that in your performances.
Yeah, and we try and hit all five senses. So there's clearly something to look at, and there's something to hear, just like there would be for every other band. But we will light incense so that there's something to smell. We hand out all kinds of like candies and goodies because we're like a Halloween kind of band. So there's always something to taste. And you'll feel us when we give you a shove.
Awesome. Wow. I was questioning for a moment when you were like, smell. Where are you going with this?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not that hard when you think about it. And really, we're trying to create a whole experience. So when you're a band that is only thinking about how they sound and how they look, you're missing out on a lot of the experience.
Absolutely.
And memory and smell are very well connected. So it's worth doing.
And you guys been at this for 10 years.
Yeah. It was 10 years in March, I think, this past March.
Is there any specific or new music videos or songs that people can look up that you?
Well, okay, so right before COVID, we put out our newest album. I guess that would be a release date of 2019, called Blood on the Silver Screen. It's our third full-length album. Our other two albums, the one before that was called Habeas Corpses, and our very first album was called Monsters on the Loose. You can find all of those on Spotify, but a better place to look for music like that is Bandcamp. People always come up to me and they're like, "Oh, well, we'll buy your album, but do you have Spotify?" Spotify is great for finding new music, but when you're finding a local artist, the best place to go is like CD Baby or Bandcamp. That helps out local artists a lot more.
Yes.
Yeah, and especially if you can't buy physical media. Like these days, we when we started, the CD was still very much a thing, and people wanted it, and people like the little keepsakes. But slowly, the people more and more often, they're like, "Oh, my car doesn't have a CD player. I don't have a CD player at home. Even my computer doesn't have a disk drive anymore." So our solution to that was to put all our stuff on custom USB keys.
Yep.
But then people were like, "Well, I don't really get a keepsake." So now we hand sew these little voodoo dolls, and we put the USB on a necklace. So now they have a little keepsake from the show, and they have all our music for a great price.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's a smart idea. I love that. Not too many people have put that into use, USB drives, that they can add more music to and travel with it. It's just handy.
And it's very easy to share too. So like, we want people to purchase our music, of course,
Yeah.
But if it means that more people can listen to it, yeah, share it with your friends.
Heck yeah.
Why not?
The more ears, the more numbers, and
Yeah.
just keeps
Yeah.
growing. Wow. Uh, so for your band, do you guys have any people that you collaborate with, or?
Yeah, okay. So again, the slowdown kind of affected everybody, but we were supposed to just this past weekend have a show with a band called the Electric Dead. Now, we've been playing shows alongside the Electric Dead for 4 or 5 years now. But unfortunately, this past Saturday, they had to cancel the show because their drummer became a new father. And so his priorities shifted for that night. So we want to wish Rick the best with his new family.
Oh, congratulations to Mr. New Daddy. And since you guys have been, all over for so long, I'm sure you have a lot of great stories to tell. Do you have anything that you would want to share with us?
So I always find that the best stories, and I used to do some interviewing myself. The best stories were always the ones about the worst experiences, because those are the ones where the band really they makes those connections. Actually, this Halloween weekend, we were supposed to play at a haunted attraction called Reaper's Realm in Sarnia, Ontario. It's sort of like a tradition for us to play over the years. Last year, it was canceled. Unfortunately, what can you do? And we were scheduled there to play the whole weekend. It's like kind of like, what would you compare it to? Just like those when amusement parks have they switch over for Halloween, right? So they've got the crazy monsters running around and mazes and stuff like that. So we were supposed to play one of those in Sarnia, and we were all excited for it, and then it rained and rained and rained, and they canceled the event. So we were like, oh, right, oh, what are we gonna do? And that's like a big gig for us. Like Halloween is like the biggest deal for us. And we found out at 11 a.m. on Friday when we're supposed to head out there. By 1 p.m. we had hooked ourselves up with 2 shows Friday and Saturday, and we had a little kind of side gig on Sunday. So it's just funny that even in a time where we're super bummed out, we can still band together and kind of get the job done. We ended up playing at a private party in Uxbridge, and then at our very good friend venue, the Rock Pile. If you're coming through Toronto, if you're in the area, there's an awesome show at the Rock Pile every single weekend. And now that our capacity limits are lifted here in Ontario, the shows are getting better and better. They're starting to welcome in international acts again. So not only can you see great local bands there, but you'll be able to see some of your favorites that might be in your CD wallet or on your playlist on your computer.
Can you let everybody know for yours and House of Haunt, your guys' handles and where to find you guys?
So I'm Fang by Night. Our bassist is named Skull. Our keyboardist / MC, his name is the Red Duke. On drums, we have Ratcliffe Turpin, and then our stage performers, one is named Megawolf, and I'll give you a bit about him in a minute. He's a cybernetic werewolf. And then we have Anesthesia. She is a disgraced surgeon. And those are the 2 people that chop people up.
Nice.
Now, Megawolf started in our band because this was very early in our history. I was playing a show in a nothing town, and this is right at the start, right? So we're playing pretty much just open mics in the towns we live. Mm-hmm. And this guy shows up to one, and then we, two nights later we play in Toronto, and he's there again, and now he's singing the songs, and we're like, okay, well, what's this? What's with this guy? We go up and talk to him, and he's like, oh, you guys are playing tomorrow, aren't you? In Napanee. It's a 4-hour drive, by the way. He's like, I'll be there. We're like, you're not going to be there. Just, you're drunk or whatever. Nope, he was there. So we decided that he had to be, we had to include him into our stage show for the next time he was there. And he shows up in, it's almost like a mascot costume, right? It's a full body thing. Wolf head with all kinds of cybernetic, metallic, glowing LED things. amazing, completely blew us away. Now whenever we play a show, we're all in costumes too. Like I Fang by Night is a punk rock. Mommy Skull is well, he's got a skull, and our costumes have changed a little bit over time.
Everyone's got their own outfits.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, because when Mega Wolf shows up, that's all people remember. They remember the wolf. They're like, "Oh, where's the wolf? Where's the wolf?" And we're like, he doesn't even sing. Like he doesn't play it, but they love him. They love how he interacts with the fans or with the people in the crowd, because it's the show doesn't just stay on the stage. No, it goes into the crowd, right? Like it mingles in everything. Thank
you so much, Matthew, for being on here and talking about you and the band. We're just
no problem. Thanks for the opportunity.
I'm glad that West gets to meet East, and I hope you guys have an awesome show tomorrow night.
Oh, thanks so much. I'm sure it will be a blast.
It was great talking to you. My name is Linz, and this is Support the Scene. Thanks for watching. This is Support the Scene. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, follow, and share.